Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Patke and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to analyze the 5th T20 International which took place at the Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore between Pakistan and England. Bear in mind the first 4 T20 International took place in the National Stadium in Karachi. The 5th, 6th and 7th is going to take place in Lahore. England won the toss and chose to bowl first. Pakistan managed just 145 in 19 overs. Many thought that wasn't going to be good enough, but that didn't happen in the end, as Pakistan staged a magnificent comeback towards the latter stages of the inning, thanks due to the terrific exploits of Amir Jamal, the debutant. What a name he has! He had to defend 15 runs in the final over against one of the most explosive hitters and the English skipper Moeen Ali, who was in full flow. Credit to Jamal, the 26-year-old kept his nerve, bowled tremendous Yorkers towards the end, buried his pace, and won Pakistan a famous victory. Pakistan, with this victory, go 3-2 up in the 7-match T20 series, with the 6th T20 to be played at the same venue. Mohammad Rizwan top scored for Pakistan with 63 of 46 deliveries. Is continuing on his merry way. 3 sixes, 2 boundaries. Ultimately, he was undone by Sam Curran, and Adil Rashid took a fine catch in the deep. But he provided the necessary start that Pakistan needed, and due to his 63, Pakistan managed to cross 140, because unfortunately other batsmen didn't support him at all. Babar Azam, the Pakistani skipper, scored 9 of 12 deliveries. His struggles continue. He had a very mediocre Asia Cup, where many thought that after his 100 to in the start of the series that he would come back into form, but unfortunately that isn't the case. He's getting good deliveries as well. So the bad form is compounded by bad luck as well. But yes, Mark Wood bowled a Jaffer, and Ben Duckett took a solid catch to dismiss the Pakistani captain. Shan Masood scored 7 of 8 deliveries, just a single boundary. David Willey once again accounted for his dismissal. Shan Masood, despite the fact scoring 65 in the third T20, hasn't been able to set the stage alight in the two T20s, and there is constant scrutiny on Shan Masood and on his form. So he's not doing his own confidence a world of good by such outings. Hope he performs in the next game. Haider Ali once again disappointed in this game, 4 of 6. He was caught and bowled by Mark Wood. He is getting ample of opportunities to prove himself. We know that his hitting capability and six hitting talent due to his exploits in the PSL, but the international arena is a whole different kettle of fish. And against a quality side like England, he has been struggling. He is young. No need to criticize him much. I'm not criticizing him, but he needs to turn up, because there are options everywhere for his own good as well as for Pakistan's good in the middle order. Iftikhar Ahmed, 15 of 14 deliveries, just a single boundary once again. If you observe that all the Pakistani batsmen got the start, but none was able to convert it into a big score, so that is a big headache. And the middle order, time and again, the same problem for Pakistan has been the Achilles heel, and unfortunately, at least till now, the bowlers have been saving the team, but the middle order batsman needs to step up. Asif Ali, not. I think his confidence was high after 13 of 3 deliveries, tremendous cameo in the last game, but didn't set the stage alight in this game. Undone by Mark Wood once again. Mohammad Nawaz for a golden duck, 0 of 3 deliveries. Moeen Ali got him, the English skipper. Shadab Khan also just scored 7 of 2, 7 of 3 deliveries. He got run out by Sam Curran. That was a wonderful bit of effort by the youngster. Amir Jamal scored 10 of 7. Sam Curran accounted for his dismissal once again. Mohammad Wasim scored 6, and Haris Rauf with a solitary hit propelling Pakistan above 140. 8 of 5 deliveries. Chris Wokes, who was playing the first T20 international of this series, as I had mentioned in my previous video, that the English team is trying each and every player. Some players have to sit out in this process because they are trying to figure out the best possible combination for the T20 World Cup, which is going to take place next month in Australia. Sam Curran in 4 overs gave away 23 runs, 2 wickets. Wonderful. He has that wonderful action, and excellent in swinging deliveries. Pakistani batsmen had absolutely no clue. Adil Rashid was very expensive in 4 overs, 41 runs at more than 10.25 runs per over. Not good for a bowler his standards. He was taken to the cleaners by Mohammad Rizwan, And yes, he has had a very mediocre outing this tour. I think the shoulder niggle might be troubling him, but that is not excuse for the performances that he's putting up. He's adding to the worries of the English management. Mark Wood in 4 overs, 20 runs, 3 wickets. Wonderful, wonderful bowling by Mark Wood as well. In the both the games, he has impressed. He bowls that back of length, which is very hard for batsmen to hit through the line. And on the stadium like Gaddafi Stadium in Lahore, where there is a bit of purchase for the fast bowlers, he becomes extra dangerous. Stuck to his strength, never gave away short deliveries outside the off stump or straight down the leg side, and got his reward. Chris Wokes also respectable figures, 4 overs, 30 runs, a single wicket, mixed his variations well. And David Welly also impressing with his bowling display, 3 overs, 23 runs, 2 wickets. So all in all, a terrific bowling performance. Many thought that England will chase 146 easily, but England just managed 139 for 7. Pakistan winning in the end by 6 runs. Phil Salt, once again, his poor run of form continues, and I think it is time that English management looks beyond Phil Salt, because fifth consecutive failure, too many chances have been given to him, but he hasn't been able to make most of them. Haris Rauf accounted for his dismissal. Alex Hales, 1 of 3. Once again, he will be pretty disappointed. After a long while, he is getting chance to represent England after almost 4 years. So yes, he needs to make every opportunity count to be into the playing 11. But Mohammad Nawaz bowled wonderfully well, which he always does. David Malan scored 36 of 35, never actually looked at home, 6 boundaries. But he, I think, tried to force his way out of trouble when there was a bit of pressure building up on him. He just tried to slog his way out of it, which he was unsuccessful, because that is not his game. But on the contrary, when he was looking to time it, he was successful. So this is the sort of lesson he needs to learn, that you need to stick to your strengths and it will pay off. Otherwise, you are in big trouble, as well as the asking rate goes out of hand for your team, and it puts more pressure on the batsman, which is coming next to bat. Ben Duckett scored 10 of 6 deliveries, which included 2 boundaries. Once again, looked in fine touch, but unfortunately couldn't continue. Mohammad Wasim got him with a magnificent delivery, and Shan Masoon taking an outstanding catch as well. Harry Brook had a rare failure in this game, which is quite understandable. Nobody is expecting him to perform day in and day out. 4 of 9 deliveries. Shadab Khan, who made a comeback to the Pakistani side in place of Usman Khadir, accounted for his dismissal. Moeen Ali fought until the end. 51 of 37 deliveries, 4 massive sixes, 2 boundaries, and I thought that if Moeen Ali was there towards the end, not out, Pakistan would lose this game, but that didn't happen. Chris Wokes scored 10 of 12 deliveries. He hit a magnificent 6 of Haris Rauf in the penultimate over, but Haris Rauf made a comeback, and Iftikhar Ahmed took a fine catch at long on. Never easy this one's under pressure. And yes, the final over 15 runs were needed, and the hero was Amir Jamal. As I said at the start of the video, kept his cool, kept his composure, and nailed the Yorkers perfectly. Moeen Ali hit him for the 6 in the third ball of the over, but if you remember, that was a length ball. I think that wasn't necessary, and he corrected his mistake the next delivery. Many time we see that bowlers under pressure, if they commit one mistake, they are just the occasion gets them to, and they commit lots of mistakes. And but credit to Amir Jamal, it was his first T20 international, and experience of playing the national T20 Cup as well as the PSL helped him, no doubt. The fourth delivery was a brilliant yorker, as was the fifth one. And yes, Moeen Ali couldn't be blamed, because he didn't want to share the strike, which is quite understandable. The informed batsman should play most of the deliveries. So credit to Amir, and Pakistan has found another rising star in its bowling stock. So Pakistan winning in the end by 6 runs, 3-2 up in the series. Mohammad Nawaz in 2 overs gave away 9 runs, took the wicket of Alex Hales, bowled wonderfully well in the power play. Mohammad Wasim in 4 overs gave away 32 runs, 1 wicket. Decent outing for him as well. Although he was expensive towards the latter part of the innings, he bowled wonderfully well in the middle overs, which particularly choked David Malan. Haris Rao was expensive, 10.25 runs per over, but in 41 runs in 4 overs, but took 2 wickets. Including the crucial one of Chris Wokes, who is very underrated in the T20 format. So that wicket eats the nerves and actually gave Amir Jamal the cushion of 15 runs. I'm not saying taking any credit away from him. As I said, he had bowled wonderfully well, but 15 runs are very easy to defend instead of 10 or 12. Shadab Khan had a magnificent comeback, 4 overs, 25 runs, 1 wicket. Iftikhar Ahmed, very underrated. 4 overs, 16 runs and a wicket. He took the wicket of David Malan, and many critics are saying that he doesn't justify his place with the bat in the squad, but they are undermining his aspects with the ball. Babar Azam continuously bowls 3 or 4 overs of him, and he bowls his overs very quickly into the middle, doesn't give batsman much width outside the off stump, nor does he trace down the leg side, sticks to his basics. And yes, his first of all, his advantage is that he is very economical, despite the fact he gets wickets or not. That puts pressure in the middle order. And yes, Pakistan should persist with him. He will come good with the bat eventually, but his contribution with the ball is going unnoticed, and I am highlighting that particular point. And Amir Jamal, 2 overs, 13 runs, 1 wicket. I think the hero is Amir Jamal, but rightfully adjudged the man of the match was Mohammad Rizwan, for his 63 for 46. So all to play for England in the 6th T20, and Pakistan will also be looking to wrap up the series in the next one itself, so they can try some changes in the 7th one, or will England make a comeback? We have to see. It is an engrossing series till now. Every match has gone down to the wire, and I expect the next one, the 6th one, to be no different. So how did you like my analysis of the 5th T20? Please tell in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye, and humbly requesting everyone once again, please subscribe.